Hello and welcome back to this YouTube channel. And this week I want to talk about eating and dieting and everything. I've been living right now for 40 days or something here, and well, I used to just eat at home, and I used to live with my parents, and I used to live at home, and when I was there, it was easy for me to balance my diet because, well, it depended on my parents and they made sure that I was being fed well. But since moving to Germany, I need to buy and prepare everything. And this week, I want to talk about the things that happened and what I've done recently to ensure a good diet. So I think I need to start with saying that, okay, so at first couple of weeks, like maybe 3 weeks or so, I gained a lot of weight, like 3 kilograms. I'm not overweight, so it didn't matter if I gained some weight, but the speed from which I was gaining weight was really fast, and I was like, I need to be doing something wrong. And so I changed my diet. I searched some different diets and I read about them and I picked one. I need to give a disclaimer that I am not a nutritionist, and what I am saying is only based on my own research, so this is not really a source of information. It's just sharing my own experience. And also, well, I checked it with my parents who are doctors, and so yeah, it has some validation, but I am not saying this is for everyone. Definitely not. So I chose a diet that is called a plant-based diet. So basically, I need to first say that a plant-based diet is different from a vegan or vegetarian diet, meaning there is meat and everything that you would normally eat in that diet. The only thing is, always half of your plate and your meal is supposed to be plants or plant-based stuff, like salads or plants basically. So what I'm doing, well, because I am one person and I'm living on my own, so I need to buy stuff. Usually the thing is, if you buy more, it will cost less for each individual product. But also, because I'm one person, if I don't eat it at the time, it will go bad, and then I will have food waste. So here's how I actually deal with all of it and how much it costs. So starting off with plants and vegetables and stuff. I've recently bought them, and the thing that was pretty shocking to me was how more expensive it would be. For example, a packet of cookies is about €1.30, but one eggplant was around €2, and a mix of vegetables was €4 something, which is a lot. So before, usually my bill for groceries would be at around 10 to 15 euros, but the last time when I went and bought vegetables, a lot of them, it went up to 30 euros, 28 euros actually. So yes, they're more expensive, but I think they're worth it, even though they're more expensive. The things that I bought were tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuce, carrots, eggplants, melons, and apples, grapes. And yeah, for the meals that I do, I make salads with whatever dish that I want to eat. So I make salads, and I also make sure to eat the salad before I go and eat the actual meal. So by the time I'm eating the meal, I'm already halfway full. So that helps. Moving on for carbs, but I have rice and pasta and also toast. So I didn't change that. I already had those. Then I also bought a chocolate mix with oat for like breakfast. Yeah, I think that was like the majority of the things that I bought. And then the idea is, so whenever you want to make something healthy, you can eat what you want to eat, but you need to add some better ingredients. For example, if I'm having waffles and like whipped cream for breakfast, I will add like a tiny bit of like this much grape, maybe like an apple, and just eat the whole thing together. Because if I'm doing that, then it means like instead of having, I don't know, 3 waffles, I will have like 2 waffles or like, less, and that will help with the whole balance of the diet. So more fiber and also less sugar. And moving on, dairy products, I have cheese and I have yogurt and whipped cream. I do not buy milk because I can't have milk. I don't like the taste of milk. But instead I like make sure to have a lot of yogurt during out the day and also cheese. Um, Also, I used to buy ice cream, but the point is, I don't know. I just feel like, it's getting really cold here in Germany. Like today, it was around 2 degrees Celsius, and B, ice cream has like a lot of sugar, and I wanted to cut down on sugar as much as possible. Not entirely, but like as much as possible. So yeah, I stopped buying ice cream. Also, for meat, I keep 2 sources of meat. I keep a source of red meat and a source of white meat. So that means that I buy, like, for example, chopped meat. Then I won't buy other kinds of meat like steak and stuff. I don't buy them as well, because this will mean that either they will grow old in like the freezer, or they will go bad and it's just not what I want. So I buy either. And also I buy either chicken or turkey or fish. I don't buy them all together, but I buy them in turns. For example, I buy like a pack of chicken, then when the chicken is over, I buy a pack of fish, then that is over, I buy a pack of turkey, and just like that. I also like buy eggs. And yes. Well, for drinks, I make herbal tea, but because I don't like warm drinks, I let it cool, and then I mix that with lemon juice, lime juice, and sugar and water. I put it in freezer, and it's like a really good cold drink. I think that's the majority of what I eat in a day. And also, I started doing like really light exercises at home. They take about 20 minutes or less every day, and they really make me feel better. It's not a lot of things. It's basically squats, like 12 squats or like 10, 12 push-ups and stuff like that. It's not really heavy. It works, and I just want to keep exercising. I don't really want to do like heavy exercises, but I just want to exercise as much as I can. And that's how I balance my meal. Apart from that, I think this diet has a lot to experience on, and also make better, because right now my diet, it's not bad, but I don't know if it's sufficient enough or not, because I've only been doing it for less than a week, and I need to like experiment with it to know if it's the right thing or not. Then I'm going to go quickly over the things that I prepared during the week, and yeah. So one of the meals that I made that I never made before was eggplant, tomato, and mushrooms. Well, I first chopped onions and just fried them. And then I added the mushrooms, and then I added the eggplants, and then I added the tomatoes, and then I topped it with like a sauce, which was the mixture of tomato paste and lime juice and some salt. And then I let that cook for like 10 minutes or less, and that was it. It was delicious. I liked it, and I will probably make it again. Then the other meal that I cooked was just like the Iranian way of making spaghetti. It's basically, well, again, fried onions and some spices. And you, after it's golden, you add the meat, and after that is cooked, you add tomato paste and some water, and you let that cook. And meanwhile, you also add pasta to like a bowl, like a pot with boiling water and some salt, and then you pour the pasta to like a sink with, and you run it with cold water. We get like a potato, and we peel it, and then we just slice it, and we get those slices, we put it at the bottom of the pot, and then we add the mixture of the meat and the pasta on it, just mixed version of it, and then we put the lid on for like 20 minutes, let that sit, cook slowly until like the potatoes are cooked completely and everything. And yeah, that's basically it. So these two, I also had like chicken nuggets. So basically what I'm saying is what I had wasn't necessarily very different than what I would usually eat. But the point was I always made like salad, and I would use like 2 carrots, 2 tomatoes, half of a cucumber, because the cucumbers here are this big. Literally, I'm not kidding. They're this big, so I get half of it. And a fourth of a lettuce, and I get two 2 scoops of some vegetable mix that I bought. I don't know what it is. I thought it was spinach, then I figured out it is not spinach, but I don't know what it is. And some mint. Yeah, that's it. I basically mix them. I chop them and I mix them, and I add some salt and some lime juice. And I always have that. Then I have the food. I also made another Persian dish, which is, I think, also great if you're interested in this like no meat diets. Well, this is not a no meat diet, but this meal does not have meat in it. So basically, it is that you grate potato. Well, you peel the potato, you grate it, and you peel also onion, and you grate it. And then you mix this with egg and some flour and salt and spices. Like, I don't know what you use. It's a yellow spice. I don't know the name of it. But yeah, that. And then you heat up a pan with oil, and you put it in, and you let that cook, and that's it. It's pretty easy and not really complicated, and so you can do it yourself. The name is potato cuckoo. And so this was the majority of what I ate, and I really like the diet, and I feel like well, I know like I'm not gaining that much weight now, and it feels better also. But I think like I need to either learn to make some healthy snacks, because I've been missing some snacks. But I will probably go and buy like cocoa powder and start to make my own snacks at home. This is also very better in saving money. But I know I said that the groceries were like expensive compared to the other options that I had before. But the upside is, well, if you want to eat out, it's going to be way more expensive. But at home, you can cook for way less. My favorite things about like German cuisine, because I haven't tried much of it, but the ones that I've tried, my favorite thing about German cuisine is like the desserts. The desserts are out of this world, and I like some stuff that I didn't know I would like in the past. For example, I don't like jam or marmalade. But for some reason, I love Berliner. Berliner is basically like a dessert. It's like a kind of sweet bread, like donut. It's filled with marmalade and is topped with sugar powder. And I don't like it. I don't like marmalade. And I usually don't like that kind of bread. But for some reason, I love Berliner. And there's also another one, which are tiny, like they're circular and tiny. And there are the same things close to Berliner, but without the marmalade, which is also amazing. And so if you're traveling to Germany, or if you're visiting Germany, or if you're living in Germany and you're new, I would really suggest going and trying Berliner, Berliner, trying Berliner, and also the other one, which I don't know what the name is, but it's tiny and it's round, and yeah, it's tasty. And also the donuts are really, really good here. But all these things will make you gain weight, so be cautious. If you're trying to lose weight like I am, the thing that I did was like I set for myself like, okay, so 3 times a week I will have one snack that is not like healthy at all, like these that I just said. And the rest I try to have healthier snacks. This is of course until I like get back to my normal weight that I used to be in Iran, and then I'm going to go back to like the normal diet, which is basically eating without knowing what I'm eating. No, kidding. Which is like not being so cautious about what I'm eating. Yeah. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day or night. Bye.